Hey everyone, Andrew Logan here. Welcome to this special masterclass training where I want to take you through exactly how to solve the biggest challenge that I see people have in the network marketing industry. The biggest thing that stops people turning their business launch and that initial excitement into residual income, into financial freedom. And that is that we run out of people to talk to. We start with the launch, we have a list of people, we have a network of friends from school, from college, from work, from sport, from community, from church, whatever it is. We have a great network of people. We join a company, we start using their products, we start using their systems, we start tapping into their opportunity. We post about it on our social media, we do reels and we do our stories. We catch up and invite friends around to our house and they can see the excitement, they can see the changes in us, our energy, our skin, our glow, we're having more holidays, those sorts of things, and they want to know what we're doing. But eventually we hit a point, and we call this the OSM, basically. It's called the OSM as in the oh shit moment, where we suddenly realize that we have gone through the list and everyone who was going to join, everyone who was going to enroll has already enrolled. And there may be a little trickle of people that come through here and there, but the reality is we've run out of people to talk to. And if we want to continue to grow our business, if we want to really get that momentum, get our business up to a point where we are making enough money that we can leave our job, making enough money that we can start to have the excitement of financial freedom, we need to take the next step. And this challenge, this OSM, it stops a lot of people in their tracks. And so I want to show you how to solve that today. I want to show you a simple strategy that you can do, and you can use this strategy today. You can get this into action and you can automate your prospecting. You can automate your enrolling. You can skip all the cringy, fake friendships, reaching out and sending really icky messages to people, all those cringy scripts. We can get rid of all that. We can skip the tire kickers, the time wasters, the ghosts. We can skip all those old strategies, all those annoying things, and just get straight down to automating the things that put money in our pocket, that bring new people into our business. And once we can do that, if we're making more money without all the kind of yucky stuff over here, we are much closer to freedom because we're making more money with less effort and it's more enjoyable as well. So I want to take you through exactly how you can do that today. Now, let's start with this elephant in the room. Let's start with the challenge of what happens when you run out of people to talk to. So if you think about your business like a funnel, right? And this is like in everything that we do. You don't need a funnel or a website for this strategy. I'll talk about them at the very end, but this strategy works without a funnel or a website. We just want to have the mindset of this when we go through this strategy so it makes sense. But if you think about everything you do, you think about all the clothes that you own, and there's going to be clothes up the top here, a lot of clothes that you might wear once or twice a year. There's clothes that you wear occasionally, and then there's clothes that you wear sort of every second day. There's 3 or 4 pairs of clothes that you basically wear every second day. Now it's the same. You'll have friends that you might talk to once a year, once every few years. You have friends that you talk to regularly, and you have a handful of friends that you talk to every single day. You do a reel on your social media, and let's say you do a great reel and it gets 10,000 views. That's awesome. There's 10,000 views at the top. There might be 100, 150 likes. There might be 20 to 30 comments, and there might be a handful of people down the bottom who actually go to your profile, who actually start following you, who actually slide into your DMs, right? Now we have that in our business as well. So the traditional approach, we have that network. We start with our network, all our friends, the people that we know, people that we've built trust and rapport with over the years. We went to school with them 20, 30 years ago, whatever it is, and we've got 20 or 30 years worth of trust. We market to them. So again, we post on our social media, we invite them around to our house, we go out for coffee, we invite them to a Zoom presentation or to, the old school where you invite them to the hotel and someone's drawing circles on a board, all those sorts of things. But we network, we have our network, and we market to that network. And then at the bottom, there's going to be sales. There's going to be money from the sales. So we take people through a sales process and we present them the price, we present them the options, we overcome any objections, whatever it is, we follow up if we need to. At the bottom of that funnel is enrollments, is money, is cash flow into our pocket. And the best thing about this industry, how we really grow and start to move away from the traditional and start to have more time freedom, that is at the bottom of the funnel. Now, what happens when we run out of people to talk to? Because the traditional thing is, hey, just go out and meet new people. Go out and meet new people. It's that simple. Let's add a ton of new people into the top here. Go to a new gym, find a new hairdresser, add yourself to groups, and go on your suggested friends list. Hey, I saw that you're friends with Bob and I'm friends with Bob, so we should be friends. And it's a little bit cringy, it's a little bit fake, but the biggest issue is how many people it takes at the top to get the sales at the bottom. Because not everyone is going to want what we have. As much as your owner might stand up on stage and say, everyone's going to want this, they're also going to say, hey, expect 9 out of 10 people to say no. So they know that not 100% of people want it because 9 out of 10 people say no. So if 9 out of 10 people say no, and we want to make 100 sales, that's 1,000 new people we have to make at the top here, new friends that we have to make at the top here. We're going to meet all these new people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of effort to meet 1,000 new people. Now, out of that as well, there could be 1 out of 10 who are quite angry, who are quite negative. And for every 1 out of 10 that purchases, we got 1 out of 10 that's negative, that sends us nasty messages. 2 out of 10 are probably time wasters, tire kickers, ghosts are going to send us on these huge quests. Or, well, I am interested in enrolling, but I need to know about this one single product. And if you can find out the information on this one single ingredient, on this one single product, yeah, maybe I will, right? And they send us on these quests and adventures, and they just waste our time. And again, if we talk about freedom as the ultimate goal at the bottom of the funnel, and you've got to make 1,000 new friends to get 100 enrollments, that's a lot of time. That is a lot of effort. That is not freedom. That's worse than working a job. And again, we see why so many people quit. So that's why we want to look at ads as a strategy, ads as a modern approach. Now, the key here is understanding that when we use ads as an approach, it's not challenging. A lot of people just sort of take themselves out of the game. This is too complicated. This is too overwhelming. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a sec. But really, what we need to think of is ads as great content with a little bit of money behind it. I think people just really overwhelm themselves with marketing ads and everything we see on TV and all this kind of stuff. And we are not taking a traditional approach to all the stuff that you see on your Facebook, all the stuff that you see on your Instagram, because that is not going to work in our industry. And that, you know what, it doesn't really work anyway. It's so expensive. It doesn't work. We don't want to do that strategy because it doesn't work for most people. We want to use a strategy that actually works because we're changing things up a little bit. Let's create a new funnel. Now, why do most of those things not work? Because they focus at the very bottom. I say, okay, well, how do I sell more? I've got to sell more, sell more, sell more. Let's just talk about the bottom of this funnel. Here, I've got this product, I've got this opportunity, I've got the ability to make more money, the ability to improve your skin, the ability to have more holidays, lose more weight, all those sorts of things. Let's just sell that. And they create a sales ad and they send it out to the whole social media network. And that's really expensive because Facebook, Instagram, Meta, they are charging you for every time an eyeball sees that. And if this ad is sent out to 10,000 people, but it's only really relevant to 50 or 100 of them, that's really, really expensive. What we want to do is we want to switch up this approach, just make a slight adjustment here so that when we do actually talk about creating a sales strategy and automating our enrolling, automating our prospecting, get rid of all the annoying people and run sales ads to the right people, we have the correct hot list of audience of people who want what we have. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. The simple strategy is that we market first, all right, market. That's my handwriting. My background is the medical system, right? We'll talk about that in a sec. So all doctors and physios and medical system people have terrible handwriting. I do apologize. But reality is we market first. And we use the system and we use market research and we use our understanding of our customer. And I'm going to show you how to do all this. We figure out who we want to talk to and we market directly to them. We create some content and we put a little bit of money behind it. And then from here, Meta creates a new audience for us. And we set the parameters. We tell Facebook, we tell Meta, this is exactly who I want to create out of my marketing. So I market first, Meta creates the audience for me, and then I use this strategy to send sales ads directly to them and only to them. So the time wasters, the tire kickers, they don't get added to our audience. The negative people, the trolls and stuff like that, the people who will never ever buy, the people you could put the products in front of them, purchase it for them, open their mouth and pour the products into their mouth and they spit them back out. Those people, they're not in that audience. They don't get added to this audience because we're using the Meta platform to only build a hot audience of highly qualified people through the parameters that we set. Now, my $7 strategy, my $7 a day strategy is exactly this. And all we do is we spend $5 a day at the top here. We spend $5 a day on the marketing because this is the top of the funnel. We do need to reach out to people. This is automated. And we spend $2 a day here. And this is your starting point. You can spend $70 a day. You can spend $700 a day. But the starting point is just to spend $7 a day, $5 at the top of the funnel, and $2 at the bottom. And if we do this and we do this correctly, then we can create an incredible funnel. And again, you don't need to pay for a fancy funnel or an expensive website or anything like that. We create a funnel through the Facebook platform, through the Instagram platform that does all this and it automates it. And you can be sleeping at night and you are attracting incredible people and they are sliding into your DMs asking to say, you know what, I want to know what you have. Tell me about what you have. So before we get into the step-by-step strategy, why don't people do this normally? Like, what are some of the biggest challenges? And the biggest challenge normally is cost, money. It costs money to run ads, right? It does cost money to run ads. Now, for people with very high ticket affiliates with high level commissions, they can generally justify that. For people in low ticket, it's much harder to justify. Your front end sign up bonuses, your front end commissions, they're just not high enough for the average person to justify on the average ad strategy. Okay, and again, especially if you're using a traditional one where you're just focusing on the sales and you're trying to hope to find the right audience, that doesn't work. It's really expensive. Now, my background is low ticket. It starts just like $500 to start with our company. And I started 12 plus years ago now, spending $500. But since then, we have spent at least $200,000, probably $200,000 to $250,000. We spend a couple of $1,000s a month between myself, my wife, our kids. You add that into that for 10, 11, 12 years, you add into that the tens of thousands of people that we've brought in, the team that we've built, the millions of dollars of sales that have happened through the tens of thousands of people in our team, all of that. Yes, our sponsor probably would have spent $100,000 to bring in one person who spends $250,000 himself and brings in millions of dollars worth of sales into their organization. Of course, it's easy to say that because the back end, the residual income, that person who's here 12 years later, still purchasing the products, still enrolling, still building a team, all those sorts of things, those unicorns, yeah, would you pay $500,000 for someone who's going to bring in $5 million to your team? Of course, everyone says they would do that. Of course we would. But how do you know, right? And if we're 1 in 100, if we're 1 in 1,000, like whatever percentage we are, there's a lot of people that you've spent $100, $200, $500, and they come in and purchase $5 worth of stuff and then they leave. So again, the strategy doesn't work if we're talking to the wrong people. And that's where people really get stopped by highly expensive ads and poorly converting ads is because they're talking to the wrong people. Now, again, the second thing that stops most people running a strategy like this is overwhelm. You start a Facebook business account, you go into the ads manager, and it can be very scary. So what do? They either panic and their account gets shut down because they've done the wrong things, they've clicked the wrong things, or they go out to an agency. Now, agencies, in theory, kind of know what they're doing, but I'll tell you what, they are very expensive. The average one is about $4,000 a month, and that's a retainer. So they're going to say, look, we're going to charge you $4,000 a month every month, and it's probably going to take us a couple of months to figure this thing out. Plus, we're going to charge you commissions on every sale you make because that's our incentive, right? So they're going to charge you $1,000 a week plus commissions, and then they're going to be running the ads, which they're sending to your credit card. That $1,000 a week does not include your ads. That's them running your system, running your account, running your program, right? Now, there are some cheaper options out there, but if you want a done-for-you agency that's going to sit there and actually create your ads, they're going to run you, and they're going to run your pixel, everything, all those sorts of things, and take all the overwhelm out for you, it's going to cost you a couple of grand a week in your ad spend, their commissions. You need to be making a fair few sales to justify that. Again, the average person just cannot justify that. It adds into even more costs. And the last thing is that Meta does not like network marketing. And this is probably the biggest challenge at the end of the day, because Meta, Facebook and Instagram, they don't like network marketing. If you run ads talking about, hey, I could give you some kind of freedom, if you run ads of before and after, and hey, here's Bob at 80 kilo and here's now Bob at 70 kilo, click a link and I'll send you my products and stuff like that. You send them to a replicated website from your company, Andrew Logan at networkmarketingcompany.com. Nah, they're going to shut you down because they do not want you talking about network marketing or multi-level marketing. It is in their advertising policies. So taking in all these challenges, we are suddenly, what are we doing here? Like, these are a lot of challenges. How do we overcome them? Well, we do it by talking to people completely differently and not running a traditional approach, not running a traditional ad approach. We run it using this strategy, and I'll talk to you exactly how to do it. So let's look at our very first step. Let's look at marketing. So we're going to run marketing ads. Okay. Now, when we run a marketing ad, we're running what's called an engagement ad. So there's a few different types of ads. And then when you go into your ads manager, the very first thing it's going to ask you is, what kind of ad are you running? Now, traditionally, conversion ads are the ones where people go, because conversion ads are what we traditionally see. Here, buy this pen, it's amazing, click the link. And you click the link and you get taken to a website and you go through and, oh, by the way, actually, I do like this pen, I'll buy 2 or 3 of them, right? That's a traditional ad. You're scrolling, something grabs you. You know what? I've always needed a pen. I've always needed a flip chart. I'm going to buy these things, right? And we just happen to buy them that day. That's a traditional ad, and that's a conversion ad. Now, conversion ads are very expensive. The biggest reason they're expensive is because they take you away from the Facebook or Instagram platform. And what does Facebook not like you doing? Leaving Facebook. What does Instagram not want you to do? Leave Instagram. Because when you leave the platform, you're spending money elsewhere, and they want you to be spending money there. Now, in Facebook and Instagram, you don't really spend money as such, but you give a currency that's more important than money, and that is your time and focus. Your eyeballs are in Facebook and Instagram. So then when they turn around to the big companies, the big businesses with huge budgets, and can sit there and spend $10,000 a day on ads because they're selling cars or whatever, you can say to them, hey, look, the average person spends 6 hours on our platform. You have given them your focus. You've given them your engagement. So when we leave Meta, when we leave with a conversion ad, those ads are very expensive. We want to run the cheapest possible ads. We want this to be as cost effective and as profitable as possible, because freedom is about making more profit and more money with less time. That's freedom. So what we want to do is we want to run engagement ads. Okay, so you're going to run engagement ads at $5 a day. That's your starting point. Again, once we nail this system, $700, $7,000, $70,000 a day, you do whatever you need, right? But we start it at $7 a day. So we're going to market with engagement ads. Now we'll talk about the structure of the ad. We'll talk about the structure of the ad in a sec, but 2 ingredients we need before we get into the actual ad itself. We need to know our ideal customer, our avatar, whatever you want to call them. We need to know who our audience is. Who is that exact person? Now, my background is physiotherapy. I worked as a physiotherapist and I was CrossFitting. Now, I'm one of those weirdos who loves CrossFit. What do CrossFitters love to do? They love to talk about CrossFit. They follow CrossFit people. They go to CrossFit and they talk about CrossFit with their CrossFit friends. And I was training and I was exercising, but I couldn't get rid of those last few kilos around my waist. And Angie and I were getting married, and what do you want to do? You want to look good on your wedding day. You want to have great photos. So you sit there and you train really hard and you cut your calories and you do all these sorts of things, but those last few kilos just were not going. So I reached out to a friend and said, okay, you've been nagging me about this stuff for about 6 months. Get me a packet. I'll give you a try, right? And sure enough, we had great results. Had great wedding photos, very, very happy with the day. And you know what? I continue to use the products and the rest is history. Now we have created financial freedom. It's really, really cool where we've ended up. Never thought we'd be here, but hey, it all came back to that. Now, so for me, when we talk about your audience, when we talk about your avatar, when we talk about your social media brand, all those sorts of things, people can get a little bit confused here. People can get a little bit overwhelmed. And the simple mindset is you are best served serving the person that you used to be. I used to be a 30-something-year-old CrossFitter who could not lose those last few kilos. I used to be an active professional who was busy with work, who was going to the gym, going to CrossFit, but I could not get rid of those last few kilos. That is a perfect ideal customer. That is a perfect avatar that we're going to use for this process. Now, you need to figure that out. You need to really look. And if you can't think, go back to who were you the day before you snapped? Like the day you woke up and said, you know what? I'm sick of feeling lethargic. I'm sick of my skin not looking great. I'm sick of not having a holiday. I'm sick of not being able to pay for the credit card bills, all those sorts of things. Who were you? Like, what were your emotions? What were your struggles? What were the biggest challenges that you had in your life? And you want to focus on those things and create an ideal customer because, again, your ideal customer, you can empathize with them. You can understand their challenges. You know what they've been through. You know the real challenges in their life. You know what it's like to bust your butt at the gym, bust your butt at CrossFit every single day and not see results. And you're getting really, really frustrated. So I can empathize with that. And the second thing is I can create valuable content about that because, again, engagement, great ads are actually just great content with some money behind them. So this is what we're doing. We're really doing the research. Now, there are some great AI tools. There are some great websites and stuff you can do. You know what one of the easiest things is to do? Is to message friends who are similar to you and say, hey, John, hey, mate, just super quick question. I'd just love to know, like when it comes to like going to the gym, going to CrossFit, are you there to lose weight or are you there to improve your performance? Just like, I'd love to know. And just send that message or similar, obviously, for whatever you're talking about, your niche, send that message to 10 people and see what they come back with. You'll be surprised. You've probably been trying to sell weight loss to an audience who their biggest pain point is their performance. Or for some of them, and this is actually a good friend of mine, Campbell. So Campbell was a client of mine. I was coaching with him. I was doing one-on-one coaching with him. Now, Campbell is an incredible guy. He's in the media, like he's a media personality. He speaks multiple languages. He's incredibly well-spoken. He's got great charisma. Textbook, in theory, has all these amazing things about the way he speaks, the way he presents. He's got a huge network because of his profession, but he could not get his business off the ground. And we were talking about it in a coaching session. I said, what are you really selling? Like, what are you talking about on your social media and the content that you're creating? And he said, I'm teaching people how to make money online, specifically like parents here to make money online. I said, well, the problem is that everyone's doing that, right? I want you to message 10 of your friends, 10 of your dad friends, and ask them a simple question. Would you prefer to make money online or would you prefer to make more money or have more time with your children? And 9 out of 10 of them came back with, I'd prefer to have more time with my children. And one came back with, is there a way to do both? Right? So all of a sudden, he changed his messaging because he started to actually really understand his avatar, understand what his ideal customer really needed. And he started creating content around that. And all of a sudden, people were like, hey, I'm in. And his enrollments went like this. And people were like, oh, hang on. You've been talking to me about like this company for like 3 years. I never knew that it was a way I could actually spend more time with my family. All of a sudden, he'd been stuck for years spinning his wheels because he researched his market. So again, you can use AI tools, you can use certain websites, all those sorts of things, or you can just message your friends. So you message your friends about travel. When you travel, is the biggest challenge that you have that the expense of the travel or just not even knowing where to go? Not like you don't want to overspend on tourist traps and stuff like that. You're happy to spend the money, but you just want to spend it on certain things. When it comes to your skin, is the biggest challenge like the dryness of winter or the breakouts from foods that you eat? Find out more about your avatar. You do need to do market research. And you should do this, really, we're in network marketing. You should market. You should learn how to market to your network, right? You're going to do this anyway. Because what we want to do here then, this is key, is that we create a lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet is a simple PDF, a little video, like a little mini ebook, or something of value that helps our audience. So for me, I like to talk to network marketers. I'd like to help them build their business. So I've created like a DMO checklist. And this is a 4-step DMO checklist. This is what Angie and I use to build our multiple 7-figure business. It's a simple solution to an everyday problem. So when I'm out there talking to people and I'm talking to network marketers and they're a bit frustrated, they're a bit overwhelmed, to say, hey, look, I've got something that might be able to help. I can just send you like a little 4-step DMO PDF. Would that help? What have I done? I've immediately created trust. I've immediately created rapport. Now I've created a heap of lead magnets over the years. I've created like, business blueprints, attraction marketing blueprints, like 4 steps to launching your business, finding your first customers, all those sorts of things. I've created a heap of them. The simple solutions are the ones that are the most effective. Of all of these, the most simple ones are really the ones that are like, hey, you know what? Here's what you do each day. My wife loves to talk to busy mums. She was a busy mum. That was the person she was right before we started. She was a busy, stressed out, overwhelmed mum. We were trying to be healthy. We were trying to be active. Again, we're trying to, lose weight for our wedding. We're trying to look really good. We're also trying to work. We're trying to raise a family, do all these sorts of things. There was a lot of overwhelm. There was a lot of stress. That is who she was. That is her ideal customer because she can talk to them. She can empathize with them. So she creates little PDFs, like little recipe books. Here's one on protein balls, right? So introduction, here I am. Here's a heap of recipes, right? Here's a heap of recipes and our story. Now, this allows us to, she can give that out to people. She can give it out to mums who are busy. Hey, you're busy or you want to, you're trying to be healthy, but you're just a bit overwhelmed. Hey, I've got some simple recipes, protein balls. These are great for kids' lunches, stuff like that. We can add value to people because once we understand our audience and we create something, and again, PDF, little video, ebook, like you can create a little YouTube playlist, something like that. It does not need to be complicated. We are going to record video. We're going to record some video that we're going to use as our marketing in an engagement ad. We're going to create these videos and then turn them into engagement ads. Now, what does Meta love? Video content. Meta absolutely loves video content because what does video content do? It keeps people on the platform. What do links do? Sends people off the platform. They hate you putting links in your posts because it sends people off the platform. Videos engage people. They stay on the platform. We give them our eyeballs. We give them our focus. And then people jump into our messenger. They jump into our DMs and ask us for stuff, right? So we're creating something, which is really cool. I should just say super quickly, if you do want any of my PDFs, if you do want any of those lead magnets, they're all free. Just go to andrewlogan.net, just jump on there. You'll see a link. There's like free tools, there's free training, there's a ton of free stuff there. Just go to the website, grab all that. But getting back to this video content that we're going to create. So here's what we do. Now, again, you don't need a fancy camera. You can be doing this from your phone. You're just going to set it up at horizontal. For these ones, we'll talk about reels and lives and that a little bit in a sec. But I'm going to sit there. So again, I'm going to talk. So, hey, to my friends in network marketing, do you feel like overwhelmed in your day-to-day activities? You're sort of trying to build your business, but you're not really knowing what to do? Well, I have a 4-step DMO that can help you with that. And I want to run you through the 4 steps. These are the 4 steps that my wife and I use to go from complete newbies to the very top of our company and free from the 9 to 5. So step number 1 is that you need to attract people. You need to create content that attracts your audience, right? So we're going to create that content and we're going to post it. Step number 2 then is to take action. So we're actually going to comment, we're going to connect, we're going to have conversations with the people who engaged in our content. Step number 3 then is we're going to duplicate. We're going to teach our team how to do the same. And step number 4 is we're actually going to work on our personal development. So at the end of each day, we look at what we created. Was it good? Was it bad? We're going to read a book, listen to a podcast, something like that to help us create better content or train our team better, help that duplication and systemization process. Now, if you would like this DMO, just drop a little comment below. I'll send you that PDF. I'll send you that free. That is my gift to you. I hope that helps, and we'll see you again soon. So we create that little bit of video content. Okay, now I've obviously done that a lot, but there's a formula to it. We call out our audience. We just quickly introduce what we're doing. We give them some value, and then we give them a call to action. Drop a comment below. I'll send you something really cool. Okay, so again, Angie could sit there. Hey, to my mums, are you struggling? Here's a quick recipe. Boom. By the way, if you'd like a recipe, if you'd like some more protein ball recipes, drop a comment below. I'll send you this PDF. Right? Now, if you're in travel, maybe you're in travel and you're going to sit there and say, okay, I'm in travel. I like to give families 5-star travel without the 5-figure credit card bill, right? I want to help families have great travel. So you're going to sit there and make videos about maybe best things to see in certain countries, what to pack in your carry-on, things to avoid in certain countries, the horrible tourist traps that are in countries. And by the way, I've got a little PDF on the best way to get upgraded even if you're traveling with a family. What would be amazing if you're traveling with a family? You can get out of economy where it's all a bit cramped and get upgraded, and you had a little PDF that taught them how, like, simple hacks to get upgraded. I would love that. I'd love to know about that. Again, if you're in skincare, what are the challenges of your audience? What's a lead magnet that you could create? You could create a little PDF on, the 5 best foods to help your skin look hydrated and beautiful. And again, you're going to create a little video talking about, here are the 3 worst chemicals when it comes to skincare, because you're all about natural skincare. That's who you are. That's what you represent. Hey, it's Andrew here, and I just want to take you through the 3 horrible chemicals that companies try and put through as natural, and they try and sneak into your skincare, but they're actually making you look 5 years older. So avoid these chemicals, and we can help you look 5 years younger in under 5 minutes. So bang, chemical A, bang, chemical B, bang, chemical C. By the way, I've got a little PDF. It takes you through 5 foods that you should add to your diet to really help hydrate and have beautiful skin. Again, we can help you look 5 years younger. Drop a comment below. I will send that out to you. All right? That's what we're doing. Now, with all of these, we are directly marketing to our avatar. We're doing video content that Meta loves. They're going to engage in it. The right people are going to engage in it. And some people are going to slide into our DMs. Now, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. So it's not the main reason we're doing this strategy. All right. But it will happen. Some people straight from the back say, yep, hey, I would love your PDF. I would love that. I would love the video. Okay. Again, CrossFit's my background. I love to talk to CrossFitters, and I have a physiotherapy degree. So I can sit there, create some videos. Hey, my CrossFitting friends, if you'd like a couple of exercises so that you can burn some extra fat between your WODs, hey, and I just go out there, out into the yard, and I record some videos. I pop them up onto YouTube. That's free. We create a little hidden playlist on YouTube. So again, to my CrossFitting friends, if you'd like to burn more fat in between your workouts so you can really crush the opens this year, here's I've got some little videos Here's my 3 favorite fat burning exercises that you can do at home and you do not need any equipment. 1, exercise 2, exercise 3. By the way, if you'd like 10 workouts in under 10 minutes, here I've got a little video playlist. Just send me a message. I'll send you a link and you can have those 10 workouts that you can do in 10 minutes without any equipment. That's the kind of content that we're creating, right? It's engaging. Now, who's not going to watch that? People who don't like CrossFit, people who don't want to lose weight, people who aren't open to new things. Who's not going to look at Angie's video about protein balls? People who don't want to eat healthy. Who's not going to watch the video about my DMO? People who aren't in network marketing, people who already know everything about network marketing. You know, when I started, I used to try and advertise to everyone, and you'd have all these people like, oh, I read the first page of your book and I haven't learned anything new, so give me my money back. They already knew everything. You know, why are you trying to sell me a book? I already know everything. So I don't want to talk to people who think they know everything, right? I want to talk to people who are like, you know what, actually, I do have a challenge. Actually, I am stuck in my business, so I'm only going to talk to them. If you're really key and niche about helping families travel, who's not going to watch your video? Not families, people who don't want to travel. And that's great. We don't want them to. We're going to automate that process and get rid of them, because that takes us to step number 2. And step number 2 in the funnel is the audience. Now, what's really cool is using the meta tools, we can then actually create an audience, and we create what's called a custom audience. And we just program this into Facebook. They do it all for you. And you can say, I want to have people, and it gives you a choice. And you can say, you know what, someone who's watched 50% of my videos, 25%, 75%, 95%, the first 3 seconds. Like, you can really set it to pretty much whatever. Let's just use 50% as an example. So you can say, hey, I want you to create an audience of people who watch 50% of my engagement videos. So you set the videos, you click the videos that you wanted, and anyone who's watched at least 50% of it, they think, you know what, actually, Andrew probably knows what he's talking about. I'm going to keep watching it. If I watch 10 seconds of the video and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm not a network marketer. You know what? I'm not a CrossFitter. You know what? There's nothing wrong with my skin. You know what? I'm happy not traveling, whatever. And I skip off the video, I don't get added to this audience. If I didn't watch at least half of it, it probably didn't interest me. I am not someone who's looking for the solution. And a little ninja tip, that's why we don't offer the PDF to the end. So you offer the PDF right at the end. Hey, if you're interested in my little protein ball recipe, hey, just like, I'll drop a comment, you know, I'll show you how to grab that right at the end. So we wait and we see who actually engages, who's sticking around, who truly wants that PDF, and who's just a little tire kicker. The tire kickers, they go, right? But we just build this audience of people who actually engaged, who commented, who watched the video. If you're still watching this video at this point, hopefully I've engaged you enough and you're interested enough that you think, Andrew, you know, maybe he does know what he's talking about. If you stopped 20, 30, 40 minutes ago, then you know what? I can't help you, and that's okay. That's okay, because this isn't for everyone. This isn't a strategy that everyone's going to use, but I can automate that process. So this one is actually really, really simple because that's automated. Meta does that for you. So the people who watch your videos, the people who engage, they get added to this audience and everyone else leaves. And then that leaves us with final step 3, which is actually to sell, okay? So we are gonna run our sales ads. Now there's 3 types of ads here, okay? Our first one is our organic boosters. Okay, so what we're going to do with an organic booster is reels or lives. Again, what does Meta love? Meta loves video content. So you could do a reel. So again, we're going to get the video. We're going to get our phone, sorry. So we're going to sit there and say, righto, hey, to my network marketing friends out there, if you are feeling stuck or frustrated in your business build, and you'd like the 7-step roadmap that my wife and I used to go from complete newbies to the very top of our company, just drop a comment below. I'll send you the copy of the book, totally free. I just ask you that you cover the postage. I'll send you a video companion series and all that kind of stuff as well to really help you. It will take you through exactly what you need to create more freedom in this incredible industry. Now, that's a reel. I can create that as a reel, and then I can boost it, and I boost it to my audience. Who's going to want that book? Network marketers. Who actually engaged in my earlier post about the DMO? Network marketers, right? So I built an audience of people who want what I have. And then that sales ad is only sent to them. And that's why it's so cheap, because we're not sending it to the 99.9% of people who don't care about what we're doing. And that's why we're running them so super duper cheap. So we create the reel, and then we go in and we boost that, and we boost it out to our hot list audience, right? Now, if you did have a website, all right, all you would do is you would just change the call to action. The call to action at the end would just be click the link below rather than drop a comment below. Drop a comment below and I'll send you out a copy of the book. I'll send you out how to grab a copy of the book, right? It's that simple. So again, for Angie in hers, she's got this. Now, the very final page of the PDF says also, hey, by the way, if you're looking for a simple system to reduce the overwhelm of your life, reach out and I'll help you. If she wasn't wanting to do it with a website, with a funnel, it would say, hey, click here. So again, she can record a reel. You could record a live. So again, if you're in skincare, if you're in travel, actually, let's stick with travel. So you've got travel and you're like, again, you're talking about the family and you do a live. You do a live interview and you have you, and then you have Bob and Mary and their 2 kids. And Bob and Mary went to Disneyland. They took the kids to Disneyland. They finally did that family trip that they've all been talking about, and they managed to do it for under $10,000. And to do Australia, at least from Australia to America and Disneyland and all that kind of stuff in under $10,000 is phenomenal. But you helped them do that because you have superpowers, right? We took our kids, and it was our daughter's 11th birthday. We took her to Euro Disneyland, Paris. That cost a little bit of money, but it was something she'd always wanted to do. It was a family occasion, all those sorts of things. But in this situation, right, you talk that. So you do a live and you get Bob and Mary to share their story, and they talk about getting the kids on the plane and how, what they managed to do and how they'd never been overseas before, but you'd help them with what to pack, how to get their visas, how to sort their passports. You'd help them with all that. You took away the overwhelm. You took away the fear. They went to Disneyland. They had an amazing day. They met all the characters, blah, blah. They came home and they didn't have a horrible, horrible bill on their credit card at the end. And then at the end of the live, you say, hey, so guys, if you are looking to have an amazing family trip this year, you'd like to have a 5-star holiday, just like Bob and Mary, but you don't want the 5-figure credit card bill at the end, drop a comment below. I'll send you out something that might be able to help. We'll show you what we can do to help you have a holiday just like Bob and Mary did, right? And you have a call to action at the end of your live, and then you go out and you boost it. And you boost it to who? You boost it to the people who watched your engagement ad about how to pack for a family holiday, how to get upgrades, even if you're traveling with the family, the top things that you must avoid when you're going to America, the best things to do as a family, the cheapest things to do in America as a family, like whatever the ad is. Maybe you create 2 or 3 of them and see which one works best, right? Find out what your audience is, find out their pain points, create video content about that, and the right people are going to watch it, the right people are going to stay engaged, and then you send them the organic calls to action, okay? So the second one then is big ugly sign, we call this. It's a big ugly sign. Direct call to action. Now, some of you are possibly watching this masterclass because of a direct sign that you saw, right? So again, I have a little PDF that goes through this strategy, takes people through. I can just do a big ugly sign. Now, big ugly sign, it's something I learned in marketing 15, 20 years ago. We can get so caught up, my perfectionist friends here, we can get so caught up in stuff that looks beautiful, that looks amazing. Well, you know what? We just put stuff in people's faces that gets into action, right? So you know how on Facebook you create those just, like text blocks? You go to Canva and you create them, and they look like the Facebook text blocks ones, the ones that really grab your attention. And you sit there and say, hey, to my network marketing friends, if you are sick of the fake friendships, the cringy reach outs, you don't want to be building your business the traditional way, and you'd love to automate your prospecting without the tire kickers or the time wasters, I've got a PDF that can take you through the whole process. drop a comment below and I'll help you out. Or I've got a video that could help you with that process. Drop a comment below, I will send it to you. Now, again, that is a big, ugly sign. If I had a funnel, if I had a website, I just changed the call to action to click the link below and I'll send you the video, right? And we just automate that process even a little bit further. But that is how a PDF, as simple as this, a simple solution to an everyday problem, can then be used. It's taken directly and put in front of the face of people who want what you have. To my CrossFitting friends, again, I've got a physio career, big ugly sign. To my 40-plus-year-old, 42 now, to my 40-plus-year-old CrossFitting friends, if your knees are creaking so loudly that they're waking the dog, I've got a program of the best 5 hip stretches to help you loosen up your pelvis, get your squats deeper, improve your 1RMs, and take away that ugly creaking. Drop a comment below, I will send it out to you. And in the PDF, we're going to talk about these things. I could, again, have videos where I'm going through the process. And then at the bottom, by the way, if you're looking to improve your performance, drop that body fat and improve your performance, improve your body composition, shoot me a message. I will send you something really cool, right? Or I just do the big ugly sign directly. I used the PDFs for the knee, the exercises in my engagement ads, and the big ugly sign is, hey, to my 40-plus-year-old CrossFitting friends, if you are sick and tired of that little bit extra around your waist that will not go, and you're ready to try something different, drop a comment below. I'll have something that might be able to help you. And we are not talking to anyone else but the people who engaged. Now, we are not selling a network marketing product. We're engaging people. We're not getting them to leave the platform. We are just directly saying to people, hey, if you are interested, let me know below. Now, the final one is our conversion ad, as we say. It's our conversion ad. And it's essentially everything we've done here before. Again, we just changed the call to action, like we say. So instead of drop a comment below, click this link. And instead of reaching out for me, you click this link, all right? And they get sent to your travel website, your skin website, your funnel, whatever it is, like whatever you've already created. The only difference is you change the ad type, okay? There's a couple of different things in the actual structure of the ad, a couple more things that you need to test and measure. But the reality is this is where you just completely automate the process. It's just going to cost you a little bit more money. If you have invested in a website, if you have invested in a funnel, you're probably okay with investing a little bit more into your conversion ads because they just are a bit more expensive because Facebook doesn't want you leaving Facebook. Instagram doesn't want you leaving Instagram. But that is the process, right? So that is how we sell. So we market first. We spend $5 a day here. We get Meta to build an audience of the people that have actually interacted, that have engaged, that have watched at least 10%, 25%, 75%. You can set it to 95%. If someone watches 95% of your video, you've probably given them a fair amount of value, right? Your audience is going to be smaller, but they're going to be like super duper hot. Right? I mean, you're going to be selling like very, very, very cheaply with that kind of audience. But that's up to you. You find out what works to you. And then eventually we sell, because as much as we love to say, oh, we don't sell, the product sells itself, all that kind of stuff, it's crap, okay? If the product sold itself, the company wouldn't pay you to sell it. And, we don't sell as far as like cold call people, but we do still need to take people through a sales process. So if you got value out of this, if you're really keen, if you're wanting to learn this, we have a launch of our brand new program for you. This is going to take you through exactly how to do this whole process, exactly what you need to do, right? You can see that there's 5 main segments on exactly what we need. It's going to take you through your marketing foundations, it's going to how to attract that ideal audience, how to launch and measure your ads, like the metrics, like the specific metrics to make sure that your ads are as profitable as possible, that we're hooking and engaging people, that we're really getting the cheapest ads possible. We talk about your organic booster ads. We talk about your conversion ads. We've also got bonus training on those AI tools, all right, sales training, mindset, how to get your emotions and mindset, your communication skills, everything to improve so that when you're talking on video, you feel super, super confident. We've got bonus training on that. And you can get all of that for just $297. It's normally $497, but part of the launch, because I want to get this program out to you, because I really want to help you grow your business and automate this process. And again, guys, even at $497, it's ridiculously cheap, because if you went to an agency, talked about this at the very start. You go to an agency on Monday, they've chewed that up by like Thursday lunchtime. So we do it at even cheaper, and you get lifetime access. So at $297, again, that's 2 and a bit days at an agency. The agency's doing that by like Wednesday lunchtime. You've paid this thing off rather than go to an agency. We're going to show you exactly the process again, the metrics, the formulas, the copywriting tools, how to formulate your power content, how to formulate your ads, all the copywriting hacks, all that kind of stuff, the hooks, everything that you need in your processes, in your content creation, this exact process, all the videos, and you get live access to all of this. All you need to do is just click the link below this video. It will take you through. We'll show you exactly what to do. There is a payment plan there if you need as well. If that's just going to help you as well, we've got a little payment plan there for you. But that is the process of building your business, automating the process, getting rid of all this annoying, crappy stuff where we're having fake friendships, where we're having to fill the top of the funnel and just spending hours and hours and hours a day for minimal results. We can show you how to do that. We'll get your business growing, and then you'll be able to stand up on stage. You'll be able to build that dream business. And you'll be able to completely change your life. I hope you got value out of this masterclass. I hope I've really helped you just shift your mindset a bit, giving you some tools to get into action. If you want to take advantage of this 40% off sale, click that link below while we're still doing a launch special, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon.